Hello, welcome. Welcome everyone. It is a Wednesday. In fact, it is actually the first Wednesday of all time. That's right, Wednesday has never happened. This is the first one. Welcome to the first Wednesday. What is this background? This is today's image. It is a fish. The fish has a hat, and then that hat is the same hat that I normally wear. However, it is also fishing. Well, we don't know. It's holding a fishing rod of some kind. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Stanley, welcome Praise the Tune, welcome Ronmu. Do you get a haircut? You change your capitalization of your name? That's the equivalent of a haircut. Welcome Hemp, welcome Fotato, Yuko, and Vic Viper, and Panis, and Airy VT, and Hoppy Hollow. Alright, what's the deal? Changing the capitalization of your name. Don't you know we've all become accustomed to the capital MU at the end? It's absurd. It's crazy. Anyway, what is this image? This image in the background. This image right here, this is actually Arches of Iron. I really wish you did not have to click view more to see where this was. This was in London. Any Londoners understand? This is the Blackfriars Bridge in central London, England. Wow. The 18th century bridge that spanned the river. You know this is pronounced Thames instead of Thames. You might think it's Thames. It's actually Thames. Thames River. In the central London spot. It's named Blackfriars Bridge for a nearby monastery that wielded great wealth and power in the something. Thames. Like from Undertale. Temmie Undertale. Anyway, it's web fishing day. It's time to play web fishing. I don't know why my voice sounds so weird. Do you notice this? Does my voice sound different? It sounds different to me. As someone who is speaking, it sounds, I don't know, something about it doesn't sound right. Anyway, we got web fishing. Okay, we're here. Everyone knows. No one plays this game. This game is dead. Dead game. Used to be thousands of players on Twitch, and now it's like no one. Alright. This game is made in Godot, just like my game. Exactly. I made this game, actually. You might be wondering. Wow, Wolfie, this game looks very similar to a game you've made. That's right. Just because it's made in Godot, it is literally the same game. They got mushrooms you can jump on. Can you believe they copied this from me? Bouncy mushrooms? Anyway, lobby code, okay. This is the code. You can join if you want. No expectation for joining, because no one plays this game, as I mentioned. Anyway, I should listen to new music, right? None of this stream beats lo-fi BGM. Last time we listened to the Short Hike soundtrack, and I think that was pretty good. It was a good change of pace. We could listen to it again, or we could listen to something else, I don't know. Let's listen to the Short Hike. Okay, and then also make sure I hide this track. This track that I always skip. Is there a way to hide this track? Right click. No, there isn't. Add to playlist. Add to queue. I could have sworn that there is a way to hide a track from playing on Spotify. What about this one here? Remove from queue. That's a thing. Okay. That's good. It's good times. Welcome, Muffin. First ever Wednesday? Exactly. You already know. Hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. You took a look at the stock market. It's gone back up. That's pretty good, right? Probably. Stocks. Any fans of stocks? Looking at the stocks and going like, whoa, look at this. Hey, you changed your capitalization back. Is it because I bullied you into changing it? Can't believe this. Can't believe this would happen, because I said that your name was expected to be capital. Well, I didn't mean it. Was just banter. I was just joking. You didn't have to do it. I did not expect you to actually do it. I wasn't even telling you to do it. But you did. You did it on your own. Big fan of number go up. So true, right? Numbers, they do often go up. This time it went down and then it went back up. I should have put in more money when it was down. Then I would have gained so much money. But I didn't. I had it scheduled on an automatic policy where when money comes in, it will be invested. However, I put the money in and it was invested, it'll be invested tomorrow. I was like, man, I should have done this one day earlier. And I could have gotten more. Imagine having a 401k. Well, 401k, that's like long term. Like, you're putting that in there for like 50 years. This small event will have no effect at all on that long-term stuff. Number always goes up as long as you flip the graph the right way. It is true. You could change numbers. You could be changing numbers around. Anyway, what else has been going on? You know, we got Wednesday, the usual chatting stream, talking about stuff. Not really. What do I have in my notes? Do I have anything interesting that happened? No, not really. Someone at work left the company today, or this is their last day. We had the usual, you know, someone's last day, they're like, hey, what was, you know, jump on a Zoom call and then talk about all the good times you had. It was a bit awkward because many of us were remote and that person was in the office and they called in and then we had a surprise where he was actually meeting with someone else and that person was like, okay, this is the surprise meeting at 3:05 p.m. You're all gonna join this conference call that is just between me and him. And then everyone joined, and it was like, this is a wrong room invite at first. Everyone was in the wrong room, and then they were like, wait a second, guys, where's the room? I thought it was supposed to be this meeting room. But it wasn't. And then like, we also booked another conference room that's larger, and there's more people waiting in there for you. And then he left the call to join that room. Anyway, it was good times. Elon actually knew. I finally found out GIMP 3.0 finally released. Did you mention that last time? I think someone else mentioned that. And I don't actually know what 3.0 is and how it's different from 2.0. But surely there are many differences. And I think at this point there are so many alternatives to GIMP that I don't imagine too many people are going to switch over. Came out in 2004. That's like 20 years ago. It's like 21. What the? You see that lag? It's like 21 years ago. That's like forever. I'm always surprised when I look at the year and I'm like, oh wait, this game came out, and then I realized it was like 20 years ago. Possibly even 30 years ago. Anyway, good times. You know what else is a thing? Is you know, when it's someone's last day and you're like, you have questions for them, you know, what was your favorite thing about working here? What was, you know, what was your favorite work related event? What advice do you have for us? Etc. Have you all had that? Have you, I can't even talk today. What's going on? Have you ever left a company and then on the last day, people on your team and people you've interacted with, they have like a little going away party? It's not really a party, more like a thing where they, you know, they ask you questions, you know, they put you on the spot. You're like, hey, you're leaving, where are you going to? What's your favorite thing about working here? What kind of stuff have they asked? What do you talk about in those meetings? Because there's always like really awkward silences where people are just sitting there and it's like someone asks a question and then they answer it, and then, you know, you wait a few seconds for someone else if they have any questions, but then no one has a question, so they're just sitting there. And then at the end of it, you're just like, Yeah, I guess that's it. No one else had questions. That's gonna be it for me. Favorite thing about working here? The fact that I'm no longer doing it. Favorite thing about working here? Nothing. It all sucks. I'm just kidding. I like my current workplace. At our place, people tend to just peace out. I think it depends. I guess yeah, it depends on the workplace. The previous place that I worked, where everyone was remote, it was like a remote company. I actually got laid off from there. But they had the thing where you don't get laid off and then you're kicked out immediately. They let you know, and then, okay, by the end of the day, you're kicked out. So then you still had time to, like, you know, hop on a call with your coworkers, I guess your former coworkers. And then one person, like, did not get the memo that there were layoffs happening. Yo, Soli's joining? That there were layoffs happening. And then one person just joined the meeting. He's like, I don't know what's he joined midway through. He's like, what are we talking about here? He's like, he got laid off. And they're like, oh shoot, what the I didn't get that email. We're just like, so true, so true. Guacamigo, welcome. You're not that hacker, right? Hold on, let me check. I remember one time someone tried to join and they were a hacker. No, you're someone else. Okay, I remember. Sometimes hackers show up and I'm like, you can't be here. You can't be hacking. Joining this lobby as a hacker. It's crazy. Oh, Soli's here. What if the Soli is not the real Soli? What if it's actually a hacker? They're like, I'm gonna use a name that, you know, that we know he trusts, and then they show up. It's not actually Soli_channel. It's like some person stealing my personal information, hacking, spawning, you know, things in the game that shouldn't be there. I don't know. You can never even know. No one ever truly even knows things. Is the music loud? It feels kind of loud. No, it's fine actually. Maybe it's just loud in my headphones. But it is so much more like epic sounding than the soundtrack that plays normally. Is this normal? Like they're spawning a crate pushing puzzle. They would never. They could push a crate onto the mushroom and then the crate starts flying up. It's absurd. That would never happen. Yo, what the... Wait, that's not the real... Is that the real Soli? Rank 2? I know Soli's not rank 2. Soli's been playing this... Unless it's like a new save. I don't know. Oh, you lost your save? Oh no. I guess it is the real Soli then. Well, that's unfortunate. So many hours of gameplay that you'll never get back. It's messed up. They don't even have like cloud saves. Can you believe that? The developer, they launched the game. What was the last update? It's been a while. There's webfishing, web 4.0. No, it's oh yeah, because you got a new computer, right? You moved. There's a new computer. When was the last time webfishing updated? I feel like it's been a long time. Yeah, game is dead. You get irrationally angry every time a game does not have cloud saves. They could have done it. They could have done it, but they didn't. I think they did do it, and then they had to like revert it because it was like overriding people's local saves or something. I probably should not be browsing the community tab. There's people sometimes post questionable stuff. It takes so little effort. Like, it's there. He just like he added it, and then he kind of just pieced out. He just left. He's like, check it out, guys. I've got you know, we're launching a plush, and then you know people bought the plush. Spots open. There are many. There's so. This is like the most players that I've had playing this game in like the past few months. No one ever plays this game. Literally just type the folder path into the dev console, click a checkbox. I've done it, but are you a game developer? Are you a professional developer of games? I lost so much progress because I reinstalled Windows and lost my webfishing save, right? It sucks. You should always make sure you have backups. You could also just hack your save data, though. That is the thing you can do. There are save data editors out there. Welcome, Crazy Kitty. However, it does mean, you know, then it doesn't feel like it's real, right? It doesn't have, you know, the exact achievements you have. You don't have the exact, you know, exact fish. They're not the same. It's like, you see the news that they had like a fox, what is it called? A direwolf. They supposedly, quote-unquote, brought a direwolf back from extinction, but then people were like, actually no, they just like gene sequenced an existing fox or something. Like a wolf. What the heck? Do you see that? It's like that. It's like if you're like, oh, I got my save data back, but it's actually you edited your save. It's not the same thing. It's not even the real thing. Large fish. The fish that only shows up in the rain. The big rain out there. I used to work for a publisher. They made you click the checkbox to enable cloud saves. Crazy. Some absurd news out there. Anyway, there's also, you know, at work you have like meetings. Sometimes they got like social time questions. I've talked about this. At the start of a meeting, you have like a fun question that you ask to everyone. You know, like, oh yeah, what's your favorite food you had in the past month? Or like, what, you know, if you could time travel, but every time you time travel, you lost a memory, would you do it? Stuff like that. To a recent one, which I thought was a very hard one to answer, was, what is the best thing that happened to you last month? And I was like, wait, that's a good question, but also I don't have a good answer. It's like, as people were answering, I was like going through my phone being like, is there any photos of like anything interesting that happened in the past month? And all I had was like pictures of food. I was like, this is not interesting. And then I was like, I don't know, this is a hard question. I was learning game dev recently. That's cool, right? That was my answer. I was like, I got into learning game development. I thought it was fun, you know, to learn how to make games. And then everyone else had good answers. They had such interesting answers. They were like, I traveled to, you know, some country. I met with, you know, my friend that I hadn't seen in 20 years. Here I am just like, making games, I guess. I mean, I guess that is kind of interesting. You know, it's more interesting than like, I went to a good restaurant the other day. Got a bit of internal pressure because I did some web fishing fan art on 2 other streams. Got it in my head that I needed to draw in every streamer room I visited. That's unnecessary pressure. Yeah, you don't need to do that. You don't owe anyone anything. But it is cool. It is cool to do. You don't have to do it. But if you don't do it, I'm gonna ban you. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Should we have fun here? We do have people that show up just to, you know, they draw. X-Tag shows up often every single time he draws something, and I think that's cool. Also, welcome Nutritious. I think I saw your message and I forgot to greet you. Treat every web fishing lobby like the Sistine Chapel. Did anyone else think it was the 16 Chapel? Like the number 16? I know definitely there are probably some kids that were like, oh yeah, the 16 Chapel. What about the 17 Chapel? What about the 15 Chapel? The 15 Chapel when the 16 Chapel shows up? Gasp. The system of a down. System, what about the system of an up? Welcome, Delicious Smile. Chapel. I was also thinking of that. This happened last time we talked about the Sistine Chapel. If you remember from the last time, I was like, you know, what if you named your child Sistine Chapel or something? You had 2 children. One was named Sistine, one was named Chapel. And then I was like, literally, there's a well-known musician named Chapel Roan. System 32 Chapel, exactly. I play this sometimes when I work. What? Working hard or hardly working? Also, welcome Matthias. It would be a little bit of a slay, so true. As the kids say nowadays, Yas Queen slay. They're always saying this. Do they still say that? Is that still a thing that people say? What's the new thing? They don't say that? What's the new thing? It's giving. They say it's giving. They say TSPMOFRFR. They would say that they ate. That is true. That is the thing they say. You hear that motorcycle outside? Yeah, TSPMOFRFR. ONG. No cap. Everyone's saying this. Someone had said hello. Your name is not showing up in the chat. They say Riz. Skibbity Ohio Riz. Is that the meta? What is the new meta? They say bus. They do not say bussin' anymore. That is old news. That's like 2023 bussin'. They do say Riz though. They're always out there saying W Riz. Constantly. Brain rot. No, they say Hawktua as well. But only as a joke. It's not like the real thing anymore. Any fans of slang? You got your game window outside of your border? What does that mean? What did they mean by this? Game window. Anyone gaming? Anyone been playing games recently? A lot of people been playing Nubby's Number Factory. I've been seeing, you know, you go on Twitch. Northernline's been playing it. Chia's been playing it. Camp has been playing it. Slime Molder's been playing it. Chibli has been playing it. I wonder if I should play it. It's like one of those things where I'm like, you know, I've watched so many hours of Northernline play it. It's kind of similar to how when he was playing Balatro for the first time, I just tuned in, I didn't really understand what was happening. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. But then when I actually did play Balatro, I was like, wait a second. This game's actually goated. It's not even that complicated. When I watched the stream, it was just numbers. Numbers going up. Red numbers. Blue numbers. About the same thing. Right now, everyone's addicted to it. Soli was playing it. Hamflo was playing it. He's still playing it. He was going to play it yesterday. The game is cut off at the left side. No, it's not. It's fine. It's full screen. It's literally full screen. The mouse cursor cannot go over even more than this. It's your monitor. Welcome, Rafty. Thought it looked confusing. It is. I feel like if you just watch someone play Balatro and like you didn't get like the tutorial or anything, it's just like, you know, you see number go up. Like, I don't know what this is. That's how I feel about Nubby's Number Factory. Like, I understand the general gist of it. Is that you're trying to get like numbers and then there's like a 2048 kind of thing. Where when you pop the... Was it the pegs? It's like Peggle, except not. And then, you know, you get score, you gotta get a certain score. But then, like, then you have the items. And then he's like, oh, I can pick up the, you know, the pyramid. I could get the dinosaur. I could get the flaming skull. The flaming skull, you know, when it's popped, it gives you this thing, and they start talking about synergies. Like, oh yeah, you wanna, you know, you have food that you can get. Food gives you temporary buffs, and then this food synergizes with this other food. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. YouTube is trying to put an age restriction on Balatro videos. They're always doing that. Everyone's got it out for Balatro. You never heard of Nubby's Number Factory? That's gonna be the new hit game. Everyone's playing it. It's like Peggle. There's like a ball that you drop onto a board, and then each of those things have score, and you gotta hit a minimum score. And then you have items, you know, kind of like Jokers in Balatro. It triggers effects. A lot of stuff to consider. YouTube would hate the Luigi gambling minigames. I remember playing those so much. When I played Super Mario 64 DS, I feel like that's the main thing I remember from that game, is the minigames. I don't think I really even played the main game that much. I don't think I beat the main game. Hold on, let's look at the list. Mario 64 DS minigames. Yeah, find the head. That was the Find Luigi one. Remember that one? That was before Luigi like killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Okay, I need like pictures of this. Mario 64. Yeah, this one. That one was there. This one. There's a Luigi gambling one. No, that was the whole thing. It was trending on Twitter, right? The guy who was posting like Find Luigi. It was like a month or like a few weeks before the Luigi Mangione thing happened. And then people were like, wait a second, this is like foreshadowing of the real thing. Yeah, the bomb sorting game. That was fun. I don't remember this one. What is this one? Is this real? I don't remember. I remember the one with Yoshi. Yeah, this one. What was this one? Wasn't even really a game. Yoshi like sitting. He's like pulling leaves off a flower. Sorry, not leaves. Petals. It was like loves me not, loves me not, etc. Oh, here we go. Tier list. There's a tier list of them. The bomb sorting game. Oh yeah, this one. This one. There's like a slingshot one. With Yoshi crushing on. No one even knows. I remember this one. This one, Yoshi. There's a Luigi's Mansion one. I didn't know that. Oh, there were a lot of Luigi gambling ones, huh? Yeah, this one. A lot of them. A lot of options to consider. Fun times. Times were different back in the day. Games would just have mini games in them for no reason. I was doing something. Did I miss the Nubbies talk? You sure did. I was explaining what I know about Nubbies Number Factory and how I don't understand the meta. What is your input? What insightful things would you have to say? You're like, actually, it's actually quite simple. You have to go for the dinosaur every round. There are things like that with Balatro though. It's like when people play the game for the first time and I watch them and they're like, they don't even know about interest. They're not even aware that you could save up to $25 and then for every $5 you get $1. They're just spending all their money. And it's like they don't even know that you gotta have a good mix of chips and malt. They're not even aware that you should be putting, you know, sometimes you could put steel on your kings so that if you do get the Baron, then, you know, that starts popping off. Nubbies look so easy to get into, and the ideas flow while you're backseating. Watching it is different than playing it. That is true. It is very true. Same for Balatro. I feel like my urge to backseat is so strong in Balatro. When I watch someone play, I'm like, no, you gotta, no, I wouldn't have done it like that. I wouldn't have skipped this round. That's not even a good reward. I would have just played to see more items in the shop. And then you're like, they didn't even reroll. Don't you know you should maximize your reroll so you see, you know, maximum number of items? In the nub seed, it's difficult and actually incredible to see NL Walton for the most amazing combos and scores. I should probably play it at some point. Let's take a look. Nubbies Number Factory. It's also on itch.io. There's also a demo. Where's the real one? I want not the demo, the real one. It's a demo. It's only $5, guys. It's literally so affordable. Sometimes I'm like, I should wait for a game to go on sale before buying it, but this is literally $5. Try it. maybe one of these days. But I'm like so into game development though. I'm like, if I play this, it would have to be like, you know, I would have to not stream game dev one day. Think of all the progress I could be doing. Looks scary. It is like, it's very intentionally like Windows 95 core. It's got like, you know, these old style graphics. look at this one. What's happening there? It's like a bunch of broccoli. You got trillions, they got numbers in the trillions. There's a Q, I don't even know what that is. It's a number factory. Genome Guardian, what is that? It would be heretical, but what if you did factory shifts on Friday? What is that? Factory shift? Oh, Nubby's number factory. I mean, I could. I mean, the days that I would play it would be either Monday or Friday. I guess either would work. It's like, do I want to though? I'm sure I will eventually. At some point I'll play it. But then what if I get addicted? See, that's the thing. If I'm just like, you know, this happens sometimes. Sometimes I'm like really into working on a project. Like I'll be programming something, and then I'll like get really into a game. And then instead of working on the project, I just play the game, right? That happened when I got into Balatro, I think. I think when I got back into Elden Ring, I was also not really doing much else besides playing Elden Ring. Welcome, Nari. It is in fact Wednesday. Welcome. It's harder to be addicted to it than Balatro, especially since Nubbies is only on Steam. Yeah, well, what if they release it on mobile? Remember when Balatro was not on mobile and everyone had time to do things? I think Balatro on mobile was such a good idea. Sometimes I wish they had the touchscreen controls on desktop because it makes so much sense. You know, on desktop you gotta click a card and then you gotta click on, you know, purchase or use. On desktop, on mobile you can just drag it. Just drag it into the corner. And that is like, you know, that's so easy. They should be doing that. They should be constantly doing it. Like, why not even have it as an option, huh? Don't even know. But yeah, nowadays, whenever I wait for the train, I just pull up Balatro on my phone. And time flies by. So easily. The other day I was playing it, I had, yo, you change your colors. I had a run where... What was that run? It was like on blue deck, and I got a throwback really early on, literally like on the second shop or something, and then I skipped literally all the shops, and I got all the way to the end, and I was like 4,000 points away from winning the boss, and then I failed at the very end. And I only failed because I re-rolled the boss. I had a run that was good, and then I was like, I could probably beat this boss, but then what if I just re-roll? And I did, and then I got the one that, what is it, the violet vessel or whatever, and the target score was like 400,000. I had like 396,000 something. Balatro on a smart fridge, that's probably possible. If they run Android and you can run Android apps on there, I think it would work. Welcome, Liquid Cake. I was playing on Switch, which is the best of both. I did buy it on Switch, but I feel like on the phone is more convenient. I guess also because I don't normally bring my Switch with me. Another thing that makes Nubbies fun is that the challenges are insanely difficult. I actually don't think I've ever done a single challenge run in Balatro. I've just been playing the normal game. Fridge. I miss when handheld consoles were pocket sized, right? They're huge now. Even phones. Phones used to be reasonably sized. And now every phone is huge. But then now, actually, no, they used to be pretty small. I remember the original, like, iPod Touch. It was like, you compare that to phones nowadays, it's like, it's tiny. How did we fit any information on there? Wonder if Balatro runs on my OE. Probably not. I would imagine that's probably a very old version of Android. IRL Balatro where you throw bananas. Someone did make IRL Balatro though. They did physically print out many cards and then they would like manually set up the shop and all that. Seems like a lot of effort. I don't think it's worth it. But you could do it. You could be doing it. Look at this fishing. It's the most people we had in all time. Print it out, just buy a bunch of decks. How are you gonna get the jokers though? How are you gonna get the tarot cards? I guess you could just get the tarot card. How did they do polychrome? I actually don't know. You gotta print out the jokers. I can look it up. RL Balatro. Balatro. I say Balatro. No, not this one. I don't mean. Hey, what? This looks nice. What is this? No, someone made like. It's not even this. There's like a video. There's like a video of someone playing a run of IRL Balatro. And it looks so tedious. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, it's not. I think it. No. Okay, there's multiple people that did it. Yes, this person has done it. This looks so tedious though. Polychrome. How did they do this? Could be like transparent shiny cards you put on top. I don't know how this guy did. I guess if I had watched the video, I would probably know. Oh, they got the mime. They got mime and telescope. The family. They also printed the price. But then what if you get discount? Then you gotta like manually calculate the price. Like Gloom. What is Gloom? Just draw them. Heard they're making a physical version of Genshin trading card game. I didn't even know Genshin had a trading card game, actually. Is that the one with the dice? The one that I saw ProZD advertisement for? When he was doing like a sponsored stream? Yes, okay. I guess I have heard of it then. Welcome Kozays. Wolfie, that's me. Gloom is a card game with stackable transparent cards which modify the ones underneath. Oh. Wait, there's like an Animal Crossing one, right? Wasn't there like Animal Crossing transparent card? What was it? I don't remember the name of it. But there was like a set of Animal Crossing cards you could collect. And then like it would be like rooms. And then you would overlay the cards on top of each other and then you're like decorating someone's room. Transparent room card. What is this? I don't know how to search for it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Merchandise cards. Oh, this is it. Millifuel cards. What is this one? No image available. This one. Can I search for this? Not really. You don't even know? You're not even aware? Is it this one? No, not this one. Wait, is it this one? Yeah, it's like this. It's like each one of these would have like furniture. And then you would put the characters on top. And then you would like decorate their room. There's one of them. Somewhere. This one. Is it this one? It's like this. You could decorate a room. But I want to see an example. It's like this. No, it's like... What even is it? Where even is it? I want to see an example. It's like this. There we go. We would decorate the room by putting cards. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool idea? Right, it looks nice. If I cared about physical merch, maybe I would want one. But I do not care about physical merch, so I just look at this and I think that looks pre-para. What the Animal Crossing. Genshin. What is this? Anyway, a lot of things you can do. What is this? Pokemon? Soccer? These results are not relevant. One Piece? Anyway, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to consider. Don't even want to own a pre-ticket. I have so many. When I went to Japan, and I played on those pre-power machines. I had several. It was good times. Like that time I found out Helldivers is going to have a board game. The complete set is $250. In this economy, is it going to be even more with the tariffs? No, he lowered the tariffs, right? He lowered... The tariffs have been lowered for everyone except China. I don't know. What's the deal with the economy? Remember when the lady said Genshin at the Game Awards? Yes. I do remember that. Everyone remembers it. Oh, you know what else happened at work? It was like someone's last day, and they also made a kudo board. You know, this is a thing that I never see outside of VTubers, kudo boards being a thing. I guess it is a thing in the real world. It would make sense for it to exist outside of VTubers. But I feel like every single time I see like a kudo board or Padlet, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically like, you know, people fill out a thing that's like, you know, hey, you know, sorry to see you leaving. We had good times. Hope you have a good time at your next company or whatever. Or like celebrating someone's birthday, like happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. But usually I see it in VTubers, VTuber streams, where their community makes a kudo board. It's like, congrats on the anniversary, congrats on, you know, your birthday or whatever. And then I was filling it out and I was like, this feels so weird. Leaving a kudo board message for someone who's not a VTuber. It's not even parasocial because I know him physically. You know, all the kudo boards I filled out, they've been parasocial because I'm just like a viewer in their chat. This one, like, I know the guy. That's weird. Yeah, there's not even anime girl pictures on. There's not even like fan art. Wouldn't that be so funny? If it was someone's last day, they made like a kudo board, and then like some VTuber fan was like, "Wait, it's a kudo board. I gotta commission like a scab of my coworker." They put it on there. It's like, hey, what's your fan art hashtag? It's like, what is that? No, I commissioned something for you. You look at it and you're like, whoa, what the? It's crazy. It'd be funny if people, wait, you literally said, I did not get that idea from reading your message, but you had the same idea. I think that would be funny. Imagine, but like, what if they were a VTuber fan? And then like they understood. You have like this implicit understanding. You're like, wait a second. My coworker commissioned a scab fan art of me. I've done this for other scab for other kudo boards. Yeah, just for you, Mike at IT department. Mike Illust. Wouldn't that be crazy? Yo, wait, what if you were leaving a company and they had like a kudo board, but then like you are a VTuber, but your coworkers don't know you're a VTuber. But then on your last day, someone commissioned fan art of your VTuber, and then they're like, you look at it and you're like, wait a second, how did they know? Why did they know? How did they get this? Wouldn't that be so scary? It's like a threat. And then like none of your other coworkers know what this is. They're like, what is this? This is anime art on here. You're like, don't worry. He'll understand. You have to like pretend that you don't know. They're like, oh, thanks for the art. Yo, what is this? And then like you talk about it on stream. You're like, guys, the craziest thing happened today. I was leaving my company and a coworker commissioned art of me. Are you watching this right now? And then someone just, you know, first time chatter shows up. You're like, they reveal your personal information. You're like, oh frick, how did they know? Do your coworkers know who you are? Do any of your coworkers know you do art? They don't. They in fact do not know. And I think it's good that they don't know. They don't even know I stream. You know, that's a usual case. Most people are not out there telling their coworkers that they stream. Welcome to mine. It was a good scab, Bob. Yeah, Bob. Bob from accounting. Wow. Good times. Yeah, that'd be so scary though. Anyway, I guess, you know, they do in fact do that kind of stuff outside of VTuber circles. They do have places where you could leave notes for people. And I think that's wild. There's got to be so many things like that that are like normal to us as VTuber viewers. Or sorry, like not as like a lot of things that we associate with VTubers, but then, you know, normal people do it too. Sorry, not to imply that VTuber viewers are not normal. No, who am I kidding? Yes, VTuber watchers are not normal. But like imagine like, you know, like Padlets and Kudo boards. People use those in the real world, and we just think it's a VTuber thing. A lot of stuff like that. I can't think of any other examples, but surely there must be some. Food awards have existed. I think they existed for like... Wasn't Padlet created for like education purposes? Padlet is like another alternative to Kudo board. Also, I didn't realize that Kudo boards cost money. It was until someone mentioned that to get a Kudo board, it's like you pay for it. I'm like, I thought they were free. But then I guess it makes sense. You can't expect them to like host your data for free forever. You gotta get money somehow. Like, they don't have ads on the website, right? I don't know. It costs money for certain features. I see. What is the basic tier? But then if you don't pay for it, then it's like your coworkers are like, you didn't even pay for this. This is my birthday. Didn't even pay for the premium features. It's like, you hate me. You don't even care. Unbelievable. I'm just kidding. But what if they were secretly thinking that? They're like, they got me a Kudo board. They didn't even, I don't even know what the features are. What are the premium features? Pricing. Single boards for individual use. Light board. 20. Oh, it limits the number of posts. Normal board is $6. Premium board. Best for a larger group of contributors on a birthday, work anniversary, or special occasion. 100 posts. Milestone. Extra large groups. People use Reco card. I think you use that, right? Reco card. Or like someone I watched use this one. Yeah, this one. It looks... I feel like this is like such a common like idea. Right? There's got to be so many websites that do this. There's like Kudo board. There's like Padlet. It's probably like another alternative. Padlet. Hey, what the... Hey, this is different. Does Padlet have like multiple like things? Wait, they do. They have like a, what is this thing called? Trello board. They got maps. What is this? I guess Padlet is not just. It's not just one thing. I guess they do multiple things. Hey, but this is free. They said it's free. Guys, hey, this is not. They should not have used. They could use a different example. So life cycle, they're free, go paid, abandoned, next one. Exactly. Look at their high scores. 4.9, 40 million users worldwide. Let's look at all the alternatives. Padlet, alternative. I'm sure this article is AI generated. This is always how it goes. Wakelet. Wakelet. Lino. I've never heard of any of these. Lino. Stormboard. Infolio. Are these the same thing? Sorry, this is not Padlet. This is... Okay, I guess because Padlet does many things. Kudo board alternative. There we go. This one. Yeah, Reco cards. I guess they even name drop Kudo board on their website. We got Kudo board. We have Newly Words. Newly Words? What is this? Collaborative memory book? Oh, they print out physical books for you. That's like a different thing, though. That's like such a different thing. Requested to join. Okay, yes. I've accepted. Group greeting. Group greeting is similar to Kudo board. You can also get your Kudo board printed. What? Easiest way to coordinate the group birthday card at the office. E-card. Start a group card. Try demo. Birthday wishes. Are they allowed to put minions on here? Isn't that copyrighted? Did the minions know about this? Are they aware that they're using this for marketing materials? Imagine someone put like a promotional offer in your Kudo board. They're just like, hey, use my code. I thought I skipped this track. Next one. Nice. Crab. I got a crab here. Empty note. Group together. Group greets. Ella card. Wish you. Wish you. I thought this said wishy oo. What does that sound? Is it Animal Crossing? Okay, Reco cards on there. A lot of things. What if I made my own? Oh no, it's in the game, right? People are saying, I forgot in the game when people type chat messages, they say them out loud. Can anyone ever really own a minion? They're free spirits. Are they though? Don't they work for like someone? Are they not owned by the person they work for? Is that how it works? It really says a lot about society. Anyway, good times. What else is going on out there? Anything fun happening? Go back to that question that they asked at work. What's the best thing that happened to you last month? I don't even know how to answer that. I have no good answers. Learning game dev. That's good. What if like legitimately the best thing that happened to you was like VTuber related? What if like you are a VTuber and the best thing that happened was like, you know, I don't know, getting Twitch partner or something? Like you can't mention that because then they'll ask about it. It's like, what was the best thing that happened? I achieved success in a field that I had been trying to achieve success in, and they're like, oh, yeah, what actual? What does that mean? That's so vague. You're like, just, you know, things. And then they continue to pry. They're like, well, you tell us right now. We demand to know. Such a big part of your life that's too hard to brag about. Exactly. I'm like, guys, I finally achieved 100,000 viewers on Twitch. I finally have 1,000 concurrent viewers. Best thing that happened, I watched a good stream. What's the best thing that happened? I was watching a stream and then the streamer read my message out loud and they thought it was funny, and I thought that was really good. And then your coworkers are like, this guy's so parasocial. Wait, someone used the word parasocial today at work. They were talking about, you know, people that work remotely. They're like, they're used to, you know, seeing the things we do in the office and being like, man, I wish I could do that. He was like, man, I was watching things, you know, watching you guys do things in the office parasocially. And now that I actually visited the office, I was like, whoa, this thing is real. Crazy. I've never heard anyone use that word outside of, like, streaming. What if that person was a VTuber watcher? You think so? Because I feel like the usage of the word parasocial has got to be so much higher for people that watch streams compared to like just regular people. The meaning of parasocial seems to be shifting. I mean, I used the word before VTubers was a thing, but I feel like I definitely used it way more since after VTubers were a thing. Quite possibly might have exposed him. Everything's possible. Sneak in VTuber trends while talking to them? No, I'm sure there are definitely VTuber watchers at the company I work at. If I look at the custom emoji people have uploaded on Slack, there are HoloLive ones. I checked who uploaded them and they don't work at the company anymore. But, you know, they existed. They had existed in the past and they're no longer here. No way, right? Parasocial requires that one doesn't actually know the person. Is that true necessarily though? Is it just like... It's not true, right? Can that be true? It's just like, you know, what if it's just, you know... I guess it is true. I don't know. I guess it is true. They don't know I'm a VTuber. They don't even know I'm streaming right now. They don't even know that when they message me after 5 PM and I don't answer, it's because I'm streaming probably. Otherwise it's just a long distance friendship. But what if you're not friends though? Coworkers aren't friends necessarily. They could be. There are people I would call friends that I've never met in real life. I feel like most of my friends no, it's not true. I was gonna say most of the friends I've not met in real life. It's not true. But many friends I've not met in real life. And I might not even ever meet them. Isn't that weird to think about? It's like people that you know online for like years, maybe even decades. And you're like, you know, I've known them for this long. I don't know if I will ever meet them in real life. And it is also kind of funny that despite me and many of my friends living in the US, the most likely place that I'm going to meet them is in Japan. I always thought that was kind of funny. It's like, true, we all live, you know, in this country. But this country is huge, though. The US is huge. You know, you got people living in California, people living in New York. It's like, I'm not going to California anytime soon. And if I did, California's like, it's huge. You can't expect someone like in Southern California to go up to NorCal just as you're visiting NorCal. Also, I should drink water. I am 3 minutes late to drinking water. I'm gonna drink water right now. Alright, I've done it. That's a nice fish. Very good job on that fish. Let's take a look at the art. Let's take a look at this. What do we got? Oh, what this? A mermaid? Who did this? Who drew this? Was it you? Was it Rojo Mild? Did you draw this? Some good art. You know, welcome, Mr. Uwo Slab. Hope you're having a good day. So, is this your... I'm gonna take a look at this later. I'm not gonna spoil myself. You take a look after. Did you draw this, Guacamigo? Did you draw this? Good job. Not, it's not Rohomile. Okay, it was Guacamigo. 30 months? This guy is going to die of lead poisoning one day. He's gonna die of like radiation. You're gonna be like, what do you do? Why do you have such high levels of radiation? You're like, streaming. You know, just the usual streamer stuff. Anyway, it's going well. Web fishing Wednesdays. Surely it'll be fine. Nothing will ever go wrong. That's good though. I don't know, what else is happening out there? What else even is worth talking about? We already talked about the economy. We already talked about gaming. What's the new hit meme out there nowadays? All the kids are memeing on it. Oh, the Minecraft movie. Did I talk about the Minecraft movie at all? I don't think I did. I mean, I didn't watch it, so honestly, I have nothing to say about it other than what I've heard other people say. I got Chicken Jockey, guys. Am I right, guys? Gamers. Chicken Jockey. Oh, Flint and Steel. Yo, what about that? What else does he say? Nether portal? The Nether? Whoa, the Nether. Lava. I still don't know what lava chicken is. But I have heard that is... yeah, he is Steve. That is Steve. I'm seeing a lot more Chikawa content. That is also true. I have been seeing more Chikawa around. Repo, yeah, everyone's been playing Repo. I still don't get Repo. I'm Steve. Should have warned us if you're gonna have Jack Black feature on your stream. Yeah, sorry, this is a collab stream. Jack Black is right there. He's having some audio issues though. Chicken Jockey. Whoa, is that him? Is that Steve? That's him right there. That's a real Steve. Steve Jobs. There he is. Don't jack on it. Don't even jack off this stream. You can't even be saying that. You don't jack on or off. Don't even... none of that stuff. What about 360 no? They got ladders in this game. This is literally my game. Ladders. They've got mushrooms you can jump on. They've got grass. They've got dirt, soil. Wow, guys. They should sue webfishing. They would copy my game like this, right? Fishing. They've got fishing in this game? That's absurd. Guys, who's a huge fan of ladders? No, because I have ladders in my game. My game that I'm making, it's got ladders. It's a core gameplay element. You would not expect a ladder to be in a game, right? You know what else has ladders? League of Legends, probably. Does it? I don't know. It probably does. Ranking, you know, ranking ladders. Queuing up for ladder. That's a thing that people say, maybe. Alright, let me check. What's going on? What do I have in my notes? Notes of discussion topics that I definitely have. Have I heard Schedule 1 getting sued? I have not actually watched anyone play Schedule 1. Is that the game? That's like the Breaking Bad type game? What are they getting sued by? Are they getting sued by Breaking Bad? What is that game? What is that game even about? It's like some kind of drug simulator. Drug dealer simulator suing them? Oh. I see. I mean, like, what is there to sue? Like, do they own the concept of games that are about drugs? I mean, I guess they are similar. I mean, I've never watched either of them, but they do look very similar. Yes, apparently. I don't know. Welcome, Hamflow. Did they copyright the concept? The gameplay is similar but not patented, right? Can you even patent gameplay elements, though? I thought that was like the big thing, is that that's not a thing you can do. Is that even true? Can you even patent gameplay elements? They own the concept of they own the concept of drugs, even. You can't be putting drugs in your game. Namco did. What did they copyright? You can patent mechanics. What is an example, though? Warner patented the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor. I don't even know what that is. Namco patented loading screen minigames. Really? I would have thought that would be like such a common like idea, though. Wait, isn't that a thing that already exists? I don't know. No one even knows anymore. You see the video of the guy who made one of those Chipotle burrito bowl closing mechanisms? That was a thing, right? I saw the video. He like 3D printed a thing, and then he went to the stores, and it's like all the coworkers, sorry, the what's it called? Employees were like, "We need this. Chipotle, you should hire this man." And then, you know, I thought it seemed pretty cool. Patent the Wolfie art style? I don't think I will. Nintendo recently patented capturing creatures in spheres. Oh yeah, that was the whole Pal World thing, right? Yeah, the Pal World situation. Forgot about it. Okay, yes, I guess you can patent GamePay. Yeah, so true. They are in fact paying for it. Specifically games during the loading screen. Some companies got around this by having interactive loading screens. What's the difference, though? Games during, I guess, I don't know. How does that work? Oh, someone's trying to join. I don't know who this is. Jolka, if this is you, you're gonna have to show up in chat, and then you're gonna have to say that you're not a hacker. Because we have, okay, there's multiple people joining. You will both, oh, that's so cool. Look at this art. Real Solely _ channel art. Amazing. The Joker, so true, the Joker. +2. +2 molt, even. You're not a okay, you better not be, though. If you are, I will have trust issues. Because the last 3 people I let in that I don't know, they were all hackers. So if you show up and you're a hacker, just know that you are ruining my trust in humanity. And maybe that's what you want, but I hope that is not the case. You better not be hacking, okay? And then this next person, Corn Dreams. Corn Dreams, if you are not a hacker, please show up in the chat and say that you're not a hacker. What do they hack? They will spawn drawable areas, and then they'll animate like Bad Apple or something. A lot of things going on. They can make themselves huge. They could start spinning around very rapidly, changing colors. I don't know, a lot of stuff. Welcome, Big Boncho. You're not a hacker. Okay, I'm going to trust you for now. you better behave yourself. Okay, I have my eye on you. I don't even. How are you joining then? How can you even join the game if you're not even on a computer? What would that even imply? How do I even use computer? I see, look, default skin. Never mind, it just didn't load in. Hey, you kind of look like what's that guy's name from King of the Hill? Dale? Is that the intent? You kind of look like Dale. Steam Deck. Oh yeah, I guess you could play on the Steam Deck. No, isn't it like the web fishing is not, they don't even have controller support, which is kind of surprising to me. I kind of thought that they would have it. Apparently they don't. I have fallen in. Anyway, this is the most people I've ever seen in a web fishing lobby in like possibly like 5 months. I was under the impression that no one plays this game anymore, but you know, we have people joining. And people that appear to not be hackers even. Honestly, surprising. Only people I've ever seen join have been hacking. I'm playing on Wii browser. I kind of doubt that. I feel like web fishing could easily make a comeback if they ported it to Switch 2. What if that's what they're doing? Wait a second. Have you considered that maybe that's what they're doing? Maybe the developer went radio silent, and then in the next Nintendo Direct, they show like 5 seconds of web fishing, and you're like, wait a sec, what the? I thought this game was dead. Actually, I would have been so surprised though. Imagine if they did have that in the previous Nintendo Direct where they were showing off Switch 2 games. Imagine if web fishing showed up. Everyone would have been like, what the heck? New area? I thought this game was dead. Oh, Nari, welcome. I know this person. That's clearly not a hacker. Unless it's someone trying to take your name. Which is totally possible. I don't think they want to have to moderate the chat. But for Nintendo. My dad works in Nintendo. He said web fishing isn't allowed. What? It's because of all the hackers? It's because of, I don't know. Everything. I mean, you know, the Switch 2 does have mouse support. You've never played web fishing? It's pretty fun though. Here's advice for you. You can press G. Press G to meow. Or bark. If you're a dog, you can bark. If you're a cat, you can meow. I feel like you don't see that many people like getting into web fishing for the first time nowadays. I kind of assume that most people that are playing web fishing are people that have been playing it for like a while now. You know, you didn't know you could do that? Aren't you like level 50? A lot of buttons you can press. What's everyone's beliefs? Does anyone believe in Nintendo Switch 2? Does anyone believe that Silksong is real? I'm gonna look into buying an Android controller, stream games to my phone. Wow. So I bought it a while back, never got around to playing it because the whole hacking issue. Oh yeah, that is true. The hacking situation used to be much worse. It used to be people could join your lobby, crash your game. They would like get your approximate like IP address or whatever. But now they make it so that you can actually kick them. Before, if a hacker joined your lobby, I think everything was validated client side, so if you tried to kick them, they would still be in the game. Nowadays, you can actually kick the hackers, which is nice. Got hacked on this game. Exactly, right? I think a lot of people stopped playing once they found out that hackers were a thing. They were like, what the? I can't believe this. Imagine hacking and web fishing though. Like, what are they doing? What are they trying to accomplish by hacking? Started sending me army recruitment flyer. What? Oh, like in the in-game. I thought you meant like your physical like IRL mail. It's like they got your address. They started sending things to your physical mail. Unless that is what you meant. I'm assuming that you mean in the game. Oh yeah, that was what they did. They would spam your inbox. They would attach like 50 different items to your attachments in the inbox. And then they got your ad. How is that possible? I don't think that's real. They can't get your real address from your IP. Unless you're like in Antarctica or something. If you lived in Antarctica, then there's only a few places that you could be, probably. They hacked my fish. He said if I told anybody, it would send your news to your whole family. Now you're just making stuff up. Classic situation out here. That can't be real. Oh, this is the fullest lobby of all time. We got like 8 people here. You've fallen in the water. Yeah, but web fishing 2 would be cool. You can drown, yes. In this game, you cannot swim. You have to pay their Amazon Prime every month. That's not real. You would just go online and start making things up. I don't believe it. There'll be no fishing in web fishing 2. Hey, you can't punch me. Why would he do that? Yeah, bug catching would be cool. I think they should just implement like just everything everything in Animal Crossing that's good. Wouldn't that be nice? Welcome, Big Deck. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. Yeah, bug catching would be nice. It's hacking your mind. It's hacking. Web hacking. Web bug catching. We bug catching. A town system. What if they had villagers that could move into your town? You ever bug catch as a kid? Me and my cousin, we would go to the park and then we would find pill bugs in the dirt, and then we would build little mazes for them from popsicle sticks. And then we would put the pill bugs in the maze, and then we realized they could just climb the popsicle sticks. It was so disappointing. We're like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool. We could see the pill bugs, you know, try to navigate the maze. Nope. They just climbed right over it. Pill bugs are not bugs. Yeah, they're shrimps. Pill bugs are actually shrimps. Do you know that? I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. What's the best lore to get? The good one. Welcome, Sheriff Pumpkin. Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. No, pill bugs, they're actually crustaceans. They're very similar to lobsters. The best lore to get. It's gotta be all of them. Shrimps with the wimps. They use pill bugs to make pills? No, they don't. Ain't no way they would do that. No, such good art. Classic art. Web fishing. What if they made pills that were shaped similar to pill bugs? Wouldn't that be so wacky? Anything is a pill if you swallow. That's not true. You've got to be like a certain shape or something. Any bugs? Any bugs in the chat? There'd be a lot of conspiracy theories on why. Like why they're shaped like pill bugs. Anyone remember those Flintstone chewable tablets? People always talk about this. The Flintstones chewable vitamin tablets. It was a classic. I know sometimes people talk about the Flintstones gummies. I never had those. I only had the tablets. I remember the taste like so specifically. Specifically the orange one. I don't know what it was. It had like this chalky sort of like texture to it. I don't even know how to describe the taste. You hated the tablets? I mean, I don't think they were that good. I just think they were memorable. Actually, I don't think they were good at all. I just thought they had a very distinct flavor. And I remember having them as a kid. Also, wait, this is like another thing that shows up. You know how I said I wasn't a hacker? Oh, this is when you reveal that you've been hacking the whole time. You're gonna show up, you're gonna start spinning around, you're gonna spawn like an image on the ground that has Bad Apple playing. I can't believe this. He's gonna be like, actually, I have your IP address right now. I'm gonna send military flyers to your physical mail. My favorite medicine candy was the cough drops with the cherry on the box. Have I ever had that? They hacked your computer, now I'm on phone with your parents? What? That's crazy. How did he do that? How does that even happen? I can't believe this. Yeah, the IP address. Does anyone remember, what is it called? Scooby-Doo? Was it like fruit snack? what? Fruit snacks? Was this a thing? There's like a post that always goes viral on Twitter. It's like, anyone remember these? It's always this image. And it's like, oh, the blue ones used to hit different. Remember this one? For some reason I remember this, specifically the blue one, but I cannot recall ever like actually having this. It's just like, I can just imagine the taste somehow. Does anyone understand this? Does anyone even know what I'm talking about? These guys right here. Welcome, Autoblock. Opaque gummies were the best ones. Oh, what the? It failed to catch something. I like to imagine taste too. What is the best taste to imagine? What is the best? Does anyone had Kasugai? The gummy. Yeah, these. I didn't know it was the name of a city. I only know the gummy. Kasugai gummies. No, these are good. Now these are good. I've always remembered this one. Musket. Musket. I thought, is this different from grape? Is that just a type of grape? It tastes like actual fruit. I like this one. This one was good. I feel like this is the only one that I've had. I don't remember. Okay, maybe I had this one. But I did not know they had yuzu, or mango gummy, or watermelon. Oh, I might have had the peach one. That peach looks familiar. Yeah, I didn't even know those existed. Didn't even know. Yeah, also the grandma candies. It tastes like actual fruit. What's everyone's favorite fruit gummy? What about Welch's fruit gummy? Anyone had these? These are good. They had this at one of the offices that I had. They would have these, and they would always get taken immediately. They would put them out, and then within like 5 minutes, they're gone. Does Haribo gummy bears count if they're fruit flavored? I guess. I guess. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of Haribo. There's something about them, or maybe like the places that I bought them, they always were kind of like stale. Maybe because I always got them at like 99-cent stores. Maybe I don't know. They probably weren't expired, but they did not taste fresh. Grape. Did I welcome Slime Molder? Was this your first message today? I like the Fruity Snacks brand. Those were good. Fruity Snacks. Have I seen these? I have never... Oh wait! I think I have seen these. I've never had them, but I have seen these. Slime Molder likes the slightly stale ones. Gives them texture. I'm not a fan. It's like, it's too hard to chew. Kellogg's. I can eat 40 of those fruit gummy packets. See, that's the issue though, is that they're so easy to eat. Have I had the cola sour candies from Japan? Probably. Japanese cola candy. These don't look familiar to me. But I think I know what you're talking about though. There's like, it's not these. Super Cola? This one? Oh, these! Okay, this is not what I was thinking of. I think I have had this. The one that I'm thinking of is like a gummy, like, cola candy. It was shaped like a bottle. It was, no, not this. It's like these. What are these? I've had these. This is what I was thinking of. It was not Haribo brand. But yes, it was these. I remember these being pretty good. Isn't this also? No, but I'm pretty sure the brand that I had was not this. There was like a store called like, it was like Aji Ichiban or something. You would go in there. Yeah, anyone been to like this place? They would have like all different types of candy. You would just go in there, you would like choose some that you want. You put them in a bag. I'm pretty sure they were very expensive. But yeah, I remember I would go here. And then you would have, you know, the different gummy candies. And it was good. It was good times. And then it's only now that I understand the name. Aji means flavor. Ichiban means like #1. As a kid, I did not even question what it meant. But now I know. Now as someone who has studied Japanese a little bit, I know now. Anyway, there's a lot of things going on. Good times out there. Man, look at this. Everyone's lined up. Everyone's fishing. Brings me back to the good old days. Back when web fishing was new. Good times. Blocking the bucket? What? I remember when they would have, they fixed a bug that I enjoyed exploiting. I remember back in the day in web fishing, when you could stack tables. I mean, I think you can still do this. However, you can no longer place a flag. Okay, that's what they fixed. It used to be you could stack things, and then you could put a flag on top of it, and then you could like return back. But now all the island entrances, they're like connected to themselves. Remember that? You know, why did they remove it? Why would they do that? Remember when things were new? Good times. Classic. Those were some times. We always do this. Every single, like, every month we have a stream where we're just like, remember this thing, guys? Guys, remember when this thing was a thing? That was crazy. Remember web fishing? Guys, remember earlier this stream when we were talking about fishing? Wolfie, aren't you happy so many people are playing today? Right, I was talking about that. I remember when I talked about that. Welcome, Yurga. Remember when I said no one plays this game? Yeah, remember when we talked about Kudo boards? Remember when I was like, wouldn't it be weird if your coworker commissioned art of you, like, on your Kudo board for work? Wow. That's crazy. I remember. I was there when that happened. Okay, we got tag barrel. Classic. No, we got 3 slots left. See, this hasn't even been a concern for such a long time. We would always only have like 2 people in the lobby. Sometimes 3. Good times. You guys remember Twitch? Remember Justin TV? You'd be like, whoa, I remember Justin TV. That was what Twitch was before it was Justin TV. I was there. I had an account. And now we're on Twitch. Twitch.tv. You know that the TV doesn't even mean television? Some people think TV means television in the domain. It actually stands for Tuvalu. That's right, the region of Tuvalu. That's it. You got baked beans for early dinner? What you mean they don't got baked beans? Surely you understand that reference. Baked beans, they don't even, it's not even in there. Hamflo understands. He doesn't even watch Ghibli streams. How do I feel about Fight Club? You don't talk about that. How dare you talk about Fight Club? Unbelievable. Friend showed me the clip. I remember. I was there in the chat. I was there watching the Hamflo stream and you were explaining it and I was like, I have seen that clip. I know what this is. Would you punch Edward Norton? I don't even know who that is. Is that the guy from Fight Club? I've never watched Fight Club. Anyone a fan of Fight Club? If you are, you can't talk about it. Is that the guy from Norton? Wait, isn't there like a whole live collab with Norton Antivirus? You guys see that? Or was that an April Fool's joke? Hololive, Norton. Surely that was not an April Fool's joke. Okay, maybe it was an April Fool's joke. No, I'm pretty sure that was. I think it was. I think I got fooled. I thought it was real. It might have been posted on April Fool's Day. Alright, well, turns out I made that up. I was bamboozled. Anyone fall for any April Fool's jokes? Guys, remember April Fool's Day? I remember. Ever see Train Spotting? No, I have not. My April Fool's Day joke, which wasn't even really that much of a joke. The one where I said, guys, I'm starting a VTuber agency. You look at it and you're like, wait, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Obviously he would. And then in that same post I said, actually, just kidding. Wasn't really a joke. It wasn't even real. I agree, right? I'm pretty sure if I did make one, people would legitimately apply. But I'm like, I don't want to manage people. I don't want to like do any of this stuff. Imagine managing people. It's crazy. My gag for this year was letting my cat run my Twitter account. What if they didn't post anything? Because cats don't understand how to use social media. Yeah, webfishing all month. Hey guys, VTuber model. Almay went to join my group. Almay is dead. She's not even real. She doesn't exist anymore. Can you believe that? She's not dead. I'm just kidding. There's blood on the dance floor. What does that mean? Yeah, webfishing. Anyway. Imagine though. Wolfie Corp. Everyone has their own Wolfie style VTuber model. And then instead of doing a 3D debut, they have like a real VTuber model. Wolfie Corp is actually a front for people to join his indie game dev company. Exactly. It'd be me collecting personal information from everyone. Be like, hey guys, if you're interested in joining my VTuber corporation, fill out this Google form. And then everyone does it, and then I harvest everyone's email address. And then I sell it to advertisers. And then it's like, oh man, look at this. Wow, we have everyone's personal information. Wait, didn't that happen? Wasn't there was a thing, there was like Brave Corporation. They didn't sell it, but like I think their sign up form got leaked or something, and then everyone's personal information was just out there. I remember that. That was the thing that happened. Wolf, would you try to make models for your talents? I mean, I guess if it was Wolfie's VTuber agency, people would kind of expect it, right? Like that's the entire reason why VTubers even know who I am. It did. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, right? What type of, I don't know. A+. Can you design my Wolfcorp VTuber model right now using 3 words? Yes. Matthias. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Matthias Pilhid. VTuber. That is the 3 words. That's why I probably pronounced it wrong. I'm sorry. Love to see more models in Wolf design. It's so much effort though. It'll be so much stuff. I think the last time I tried to like open up the VTuber files for my rig, I did not have, I can't even talk. I did not know how to do any of it anymore. I was like, oh, what if for like April Fool's? This was last year. I was like, what if for April Fool's or something, I like made a new outfit, but it was just like this outfit, but it was like red instead of blue. And then like I tried doing it and I was like, I don't know how to do this anymore. And then I just gave up. I'm like, surely it can't be that hard. I tried adding another that is true. But it's not the same. Yeah, we could try doing it right now. Let's see, VTube Studio. What about this? What about this? It doesn't even exist. VTube Studio. Dash help. What? Art meshes tint. Whoa, look, my outfit's changing color. That's crazy. How does he do it? How's he doing that? It's not even built in. That's not even in the software. And then I could change my hair color. It's be rainbow. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, guys. He's the Joker. I changed my glasses. Look at this. Tag contains glasses. He's got tinted shades. How is he so cool? Look at this. Blue Wolfie. Okay, if we make the tag contains hair. How did I do this? It's like a dash color. I'm doing this on the command line, by the way. Tint art meshes blue. How did this happen? How did I do that? Dash help. Color. Dash color. Tint hair. Dash color. What is it? RGB 0000FF. Is so blue. How is his hair so blue? There we go. There's my new VTuber model. People are gonna show up. They're gonna be like, "What is this? Who is this man? What is he doing?" You have been fooled. Tricked you. Got him. Whoa, Goth Wolfie. I could do that. Hold on. It could be, tint the color 222222. Whoa, look at that. Look at him. What's he doing? Goth Wolfie. It's real. He's real. He's right here. I look so pale. Yeah, I was about to comment on that. the skin tone looks so pale. Why is that? What if instead of being black hair... Oh, I could also tint my outline. Tag contains outline dash rainbow. It's a very, very subtle. Hold on. Let me catch this fish first. Not a phase. Phase connect reference? Connecting to the phase? Hold on. Did it work? Is this being tinted rainbow? Not real. Welcome, Sunshine Noka. Hello? What are you up to? You may be wondering why I'm very zoomed in. It's because I'm adjusting some settings. Guys, check it out. Look at this. Whoa! How is he doing that? You were playing art. Sorry, you were streaming art. Welcome, Reptile Hand. Welcome, Lucha Ace. Hope you had a good time streaming art. Hope you were able to draw something you were satisfied with. Hope the drawing was good. He's gaming. This guy is gaming. Made some progress on things. That's good. You ever feel like people never used like the smile emote unironically? Like me looking at this, I'm like, is this sarcasm? Like maybe you didn't actually make progress? But then it's like, you know, so what if you are actually totally being sincere? Sometimes. It's like I saw someone post a smile and they were like totally legitimately like happy about something. But then me, hey, you can't be drawing that stuff. So I was like looking at it and I was like, this person, they did not mean this for real. Welcome, Styler Gear. Who drew that? You gotta be... Ban that. Mods ban that guy. Sometimes I use them to be snarky. Smile. Welcome, Ikorum. 2 irony poison can't detect sincerity. Exactly. You can't have people be sincere, right? You have to have like a little bit of irony. Otherwise, it's too much. The smile emote is kind of ominous. It is true. Actually, there was like the other day, a game developer rated, and then I think someone posted like, oh, that's an interesting looking game, and then they posted Walfa's smile. And then I was there thinking like, oh, are they sarcastic? Do they mean that this developer's game actually looks like garbage? Because, you know, a lot of horror games on itch.io are kind of like slop. But then like I actually looked at the person's game afterward and it was like, it actually looks pretty like interesting. It's a horror game that had like only it's like 1-bit art style. I was like, oh, maybe they were actually like legitimately saying this looks interesting. Anyway, I don't know. A lot of things to consider. Any fans of gaming out there? Game fans. I'm gonna skip this song. The song does not fit. I've been known to game. What games have you all been playing recently? Balatro. Nubby's Number Factory. I like gaming and sincerity. That's nice. Pokemon Violet. Oh, imagine Pokemon Violet on the Switch 2 though. They might actually get 30 FPS going. They might actually be able to render graphics reasonably. I was, but not anymore. It used to be too much. I just read the newspaper now. Yo, what's your favorite thing about the newspaper? The articles? Maybe the crossword? I guess you did say read. Yeah, I guess it would be the articles. The pictures? Oh, maybe it's like the weather. Any fans of the weather? Nubby's Number Factory. Sports. Lots of Cookie Run games. I was kind of surprised to see, like... I don't know anything about Cookie Run, but people, they go crazy for those cookies. You take a look, you're like, I stand, you know, this cookie needs an SSR in the next update. Can't believe this. You're 5-star or whatever. Welcome, NanoDan. Maybe I ate something I shouldn't have. I'm seeing extra colors. What? Get your eyes checked. I have a feeling the performance is more a software problem than a hardware problem. Yes, but then good hardware can make software problems be more bearable. Possibly. I don't know if Scarlet is going to get a boost on it. Surely it'll be better, right? At least a little bit. Crossword Tinder, an absorbent cage material for pets. See, I can't see the word Tinder without thinking of like the app. Anyone else agree with this? When you see the word Tinder, you don't think of like, you know, the material that can burn things? Yeah, right, the app. Same thing for like Tumblr. When I see Tumblr spelled, you know, like the real way, it just looks wrong. I'm like, there's not supposed to be an E in Tumblr? Then I'm like, oh right, a Tumblr is like an actual thing. That was Timber? No, that's something else. That's the guy who directed Nightmare Before Christmas. Timber? Yeah, that's him. They announced Pokemon Violet Scarlet would get a free update for Switch 2. I hope so. What about kindling? Is that firewood? No, that's the Amazon thing that you read books on. Kindling is like sticks and stuff. No, that's the egg that was banned. The egg that has a toy in it that was banned from the US. Remember that? Chocolate. The toy inside. Tinder like Tinderbox? I think Tinder, the dating app. What is Tinderbox? The box that catches flames. Kindling is how you get extra SS. Oh yeah, that is true. His egg is kinder. Kinder egg. Kindler. Wow, look at this. Yo, what if they made a short hike multiplayer? Hey, they did have that actually. Remember when a short hike was multiplayer for like a limited time? I didn't get to play it when that happened, but I saw that it was a thing. I was just like looking at web fishing. I'm like, this is kind of like a short hike. This song is nice. It's from a great game, A Short Hike. Short hike, your favorite short hike? Like, I think so, probably. There's many, you know, you got the ones that I played, A Short Hike, a Little Gator Game, Smushy, that one. And then there's that other one that I also played that I forgot. Something Valley? Cloudy Valley? That was one of them. I would say Short Hike is my favorite one of those. It is too good. I think Smushy would be my second. Little Gator Game might be my third. And then that other one whose name I forget would be the fourth one. I think I enjoyed Little Gator Game like in the beginning, but I feel like it was a bit too long. That's my opinion on it. It could have been maybe like 3 hours shorter, and I would have had a good time. I think by the end of it, I was kind of just like, yeah, I just want to be done with this. I think the key part of A Short Hike was that it, you know, it was short. A Short Hike, that was the one with the guy in the pot. No, that's what's that one? That's Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It. It's the name of the game. The game about climbing, a difficult game about climbing. What if you could, I was like, what if you can fish in a short hike? You can actually do that. That is in fact true. They did have a fishing segment. Good times out there. Short hike was one to the crow, yes. It was, were they a crow? Short hike. Claire. The name was Claire. Short hike. What is the species of this animal? Was it a crow? Claire is just a young bird. It just says young bird. What kind of bird is Claire? Short hike Claire. Fandom.com. Imagine going to fandom.com. People just say a bird. What kind of bird is Claire? A short hike. What kind of bird is Claire? Characters. A short hike. A blue bird is... I guess they are kind of blue. I would not call them a blue bird though. We have to know. A blue bird? No one even knows. I don't think anyone knows. A navy blue bird. Just a bird. Just a regular old bird. Any bird fans? Everyone, what is your favorite bird? If you could name a bird right now, what would you name? A cardinal? Isn't that like the Pope? Isn't that like what the Pope is? Robin? Heron? Bearded vulture? The blue jay? What about a puffin? Any fans of puffins? This is where you go, huh, Puffin D's got them. Chickadee. Blue jays. What about pigeons? Pigeons are nice. British pigeons. What about doves? Canada geese. A lot of birds out there. Could you identify birds? If you were shown a bird, could you identify that? What about this bird? This bird right here. What is that? Is that a crow? Is that a raven? I still don't know the difference between crows and ravens. Are ravens smoother? Is that what it is? I finally put a voice to the bird I saw a blue jay speak the other day. I used to hear it all the time growing up. Yeah, I don't know how to identify bird sounds. Bearded vultures have a very striking faces and Fu Manchu mustache. I see. Yeah, vultures are out there. Any fans of vultures? What is the worst bird? If you could name the bird that you hate the most, is there one? Any bird haters out there? The cuckoo? What about the, you can't be drawing that. What is bro doing? Let's see, you hate the seagull? A pigeon pooped on you once? Thankfully that has never happened for me. I have been in a situation where a bird almost pooped on me though. There's like some above ground train stations in New York, specifically Brooklyn, where there's like a lot of birds they just live there. And then it's like they're just full of bird poop everywhere. And then there was like one time I was standing underneath and there was poop that dropped down right next to me, and I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know there was a bird up there. And then I had to move away to somewhere else. It was that simple. Hey, you can't be doing that, man. I know I could turn off griefing, but you know, that defeats the spirit of the game. That was a poop threat. Do birds poop when they're flying? Or do they only do it when they're like roosting? Slime Molder has been pooped on once? No. They can? Now that's scary. When I was in Rome at one of the famous sculptures, I saw a seagull attack, kill, and eat a smaller bird. What the heck? It's messed up. It's while they're flying like a cod kill stream. Cod. I specifically remember. Also, I should drink water. I'm going to drink water and then I will tell you what I remember. Alright, I'm hydrated. So I specifically remember, in the cartoon known as the Animaniacs, they had like this like sub show. It was like a show within a show. I think it was like the Good Feathers or something. It's like a bunch of pigeons that are like in the mob or something. No, there was like one guy. There's one old pigeon who I guess was like in the mob, and then he would say things and we would not understand what he was saying, but then I guess the pigeons from that show could understand, and I guess they also had subtitles for him. I specifically remember there was one thing that he was saying. He was like, let's play poo poo bombers or something. This is when they would like fly over people and like try to poop on them. And then me as a kid, I didn't consider that could be a possibility. I was like, I thought birds can only poop when they're like stationary. When I saw that, I was like, is that real? And then I never actually looked it up. I don't know why I assumed that they couldn't. There's just something about that. I was like, that can't be real, right? You can't do that. You think pigeons are out there just doing that on purpose? Do you think there are pigeons that do that on purpose? They like specifically aim at people or things? Need to get a headache tab. What? Some bug pills, true. Maybe if they don't like you. I don't know, because I feel like they probably just do it. Just normally. I don't think they like aim at where they're going. Oh, maybe. Personifying birds too much. That's how it is. That's what life is. At least one bird has done it. What if there was just one bird that was like a genius? It hated everyone. They don't poop with malice like we do. But surely they're not just going, right? It's like, if they're like in their nest, they probably like fly out of their nest to do it. Right? Or do you think they just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't care. I mean, because like cats care, right? They'll go to the litter box to do it. Dogs, I feel like dogs kind of just poop anywhere. I don't know. Do they think about this stuff? They do it while flying, who cares? Birds can't? Okay. Well, I guess now we know. Anyway, what's the deal with pigeons, huh? What's the deal with pigeons? Pooping with malice. What about geese? You gotta respect pigeons. Do you, though? Do you have to respect pigeons? They live anywhere. They do live in a lot of places. I was talking about how, like, a lot of the above ground train stations in New York, they have pigeons living in them. And I think specifically, they try to stop pigeons from living in places by putting spikes. This is probably common in other places as well, but let me draw it in paint so that you all know. It's like, you know, you have like a little area here. Maybe there's like a bench. This is a bench you can sit on. And then, you know, you got like a little awning here. Let's say the train, you know, the station is here. And the train comes in this way, right? This is a train from front view. Right, this is fine. And then sometimes they got like, you know, you don't want pigeons to be living here. Because they could then poop on you, right? Or sometimes they got like little awnings like this. They'll put spikes here. So that pigeons cannot live there. But then I have noticed that pigeons will just do that anyway. They'll just find like the exact part, like, you know, they install the spikes like this. And then there's like one part, like this part right here, that has no spikes. And then they'll just live there. Like you couldn't like live somewhere else. You could like live up here maybe. I guess like you don't want to live up there because there's like rain and stuff. But you can't even you'd have to go here. Yeah, they have hostile architecture for pigeons. I wonder if I search that, would that be a thing? Pigeon hostile architecture. Dogs think about it a lot, at least when I walk them in the woods, always sniffing around for a good spot. Maybe they do. Yeah, what pigeon spikes can teach us about people? Pigeon spike. Yeah, they've had this kind of stuff. They don't want the pigeons to be living there. So then they just live here instead. So much of this stuff out there. Well, they put this on trees? That's kind of messed up though. You would put spikes on trees to prevent pigeons from living in trees? That's like their natural habitat. They're supposed to live in trees. I've never seen this before. Now this, I think this is a bit much. Yeah, it also looks ugly. Like what if a branch falls off, right? Isn't that dangerous? If a branch falls off and like maybe the spikes also like fall onto someone that's like walking underneath. Now that'd be messed up. I know there were reports of pigeons taking the metro daily in Stockholm. Not sure if they still do it. I have seen a video of like a pigeon walking into a train. And then like it tries to leave, but then like the doors close. And then it kind of just accepts its fate. It's like, I guess this is just what I'm doing now. This is a fishing game or bird watching game. Don't you know that people don't actually play this game? This game is not for fishing. This is a chatting game. I don't know what you expected. Are you here to watch someone click several times in a row? Pigeons are probably good at navigation. They probably know where they're going. In Stockholm, they learned how the doors worked and took the metro every morning for a couple of stations. They flew back, though. They are pretty smart. They can be geniuses. They used to be used for carrying messages. That is true. Carrier pigeons. They did exist. Wow. What about fish, huh? What's the deal with fish? Imagine being a fish. Imagine seeing a fish out there. Me when I talk about the birds. What is my favorite bait? Whichever one I'm using right now. The duck. That's not even bait. What is this one? It's the gilded worm. That's what I have. Gilded worm bait. Isn't this so much more interesting than birds? Guys, what's everyone's favorite worm? Are there even types of worm? I guess there are. There's like they've got earthworms. They've got the worms with like the little like notch in the middle. What kind of worm is that? Earthworms? What about the worm that cannot die? What's it called? The immortal worm? Wasn't that a thing? Immortal worm? I don't know. Let's not look at that. Scientists prove immortal worm. Yeah, we looked at this. We talked about this. You cut the worm in half and then it just becomes two worms? Wow. Debate is asking for a solution on public forums and then posting never mind it fixed. That is true. That is a thing that happens. This person said, F this dude. What are they expecting? You would go into a web fishing stream and expect them to only be web fishing? Gilded worm. Telling me these worms are in guilds? Most other worms I know of are parasites. Oh, there's like those worms. Aren't there like those worms that live in your knee? So what is that worm called? It's like an issue that's like in Africa or something. A very serious issue out there. I'm gonna read some manga, fall asleep. Have a good rest of your day. Multiple people, Rojo Mild and Vic Viper, have a good day. Wow. Anyone have a nap recently? I did take a nap in the past 2 weeks, I believe. Oh wait, no, I was sick for a while. I guess that is when I took a nap. It was good times. More full night's rest than you're gonna sleep for the entire night. I've been sleeping pretty well. Since having an Apple Watch, it tells you when you've been sleeping well. You set like a sleep goal, and then it's like, hey, congrats for the past 4 days. You've met your sleep goal. 3 days. And that's good. I consider every form of shut-eye a nap. What if, like, you're in a coma? Is that a nap? Is that just an extended nap of some kind? Yes. What about when someone is dead? Is that a nap? A permanent nap? What about when you close your eyes for like a millisecond? When you blink, is that a micro nap? Yes? Okay. What about... I don't know. Yes. That's a blink. No, that's a nap. I'm gonna tell this story. There was one time I was on an elevator and the lights went out for like, you know, like a brief second. There was someone else in the elevator with me. Now, I was not sure whether the lights went out or if I just blinked. And I kind of assumed that I just blinked. But then the other guy was like, do you see that? And I was like, oh, I thought I just blinked. But apparently the lights went out for like a split second. So that's the entire story. This is when you go, Wolfie, that is such a cool story. Thanks for telling us. That one time when you were in an elevator and you thought you blinked, but actually the lights went out. Wow. It really says a lot about society. It really says a lot about our preconceived notions, that sometimes when things go wrong, we blame ourselves, when we really should be blaming the environment around us. I enjoyed hearing it. I enjoyed telling it. I thought it was a good story. Relate to that, I do that sometimes, right? It's so relatable. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Hope you have a good time at Costco. Get that Costco hot dog or perhaps pizza. Everyone's always talking about that Costco pizza. Costco hot dog, the chicken bake perhaps, the double chunk chocolate cookie, or whatever. I fixed it. Thank you. Man, what would I do if I had a pizza? I would probably eat it, or at least I would consider eating it, depending on the quality of the pizza. Assuming it is a pizza that looks like it could taste decent. Yo, mushroom? What is this one? What is that supposed to be? Oh, I see. Man. See, that's when you let people join the lobby, even though they were not hackers, they in fact did some strange things for some reason. And it has kind of eroded my trust in the greater web fishing community. They didn't need to do that. Why would they even do that? It's like, you think about it, and it's kind of like, who's even playing a web fishing nowadays, right? People that are browsing the web fishing category, do you think they're just going on there to hack or to be trolls? Is that the situation? And then you get people that get upset. What was the deal? What was with this though? What was that about? Scandalous. People nowadays, they don't even know. People watching Call of Duty. Anyone watching League of Legends right now? I feel like every web fishing stream, I always bring up League of Legends for some reason. I don't know why I brought it up just now. No, it's good. Good times out there. Any enjoyers of this soundtrack? Any enjoyers? Remember when I said I was going to make a game every Wednesday? When I said, what if instead of playing web fishing, I just made a game about fishing every week? And then I did not actually do it. It's the best soundtrack, right? I kind of want to listen to the piano arranges on stream, but I don't know if that is copyrighted. Like, I know these songs are fine because they're in the game. But, you know, since the piano soundtrack is not actually in a game, if I try to play it, they might be like, hey, whoa, hold on a second. This song is not even playable. One of these days I will play League of Legends? I don't think so. I don't think that's true at all. Have you played League of Legends? Has anyone here not played League of Legends? I feel like a lot of people are into it. But I have not. Never even played any MOBA. I don't even know what the deal is with MOBAs. Literally makes no sense. Other really nice soundtrack I've been listening to is Outer Wilds. Did that game have a lot of music? I feel like I've heard... I know the main tune. Right, that one? Except it's slower. I know that one. Isn't most of the game like quiet though? I don't know. I do have Outer Wilds. I did purchase it in a Steam sale probably like a year ago. I never actually got around to playing it. But I have been seeing other people play it. And I do not watch those streams because I'm like, what if I play this someday? I can't be watching this. Like, Essie has been playing it and I'm like, I can't watch this. What if it gets spoiled? What if I come back to this and be like, oh man, I already know the solution to this. There's a song for the town. Not sure if it's Wealthy Core. I mean, it might be. It could be. Like, I enjoy Tunic, you know, Tunic. Nice game about knowing things. I enjoyed the puzzle aspects of that game. The puzzle acts. It was good. I guess, but then I guess also, like, Tunic didn't really have any reading, right? I think Outer Wilds does have quite a bit of text you gotta read. You gotta, like, read documents. It's like lore and say, oh, look at this, we launched the shuttle, etc. Reading is important, right? I don't know, but like everyone I know who played it, they enjoyed it. Right, I think literally everyone I know. I don't think I've seen anyone play it and think like, oh, actually this game was kind of mid. Everyone's like, actually it's like really good. I don't think I've ever even heard someone say like, I played it, but it wasn't really for me, blah blah blah. It's always like, I played it, it's like the best game I've ever played. Literally 10 out of 10. Would recommend. You gotta buy this right now. Don't watch any videos on it. Just go into it blind. There it is. X tag, I'm sorry. There's many things drawn on the floor. You can feel free to like draw over this one. These ones here. Because these were graffitied. This frog. This mushroom, which is actually something else. And this, I don't even know. Is that Kirby? What is this? Kirby. Yeah, it's probably something else. Funny mushroom. Look at these mushrooms out here. There's something NSFW by the mermaid. You can feel free to delete that if you want. I have not looked at what that was. But I'm sure it's something. I think I will now not allow people that I don't know to join the lobby. As I mentioned, they have destroyed my trust in strangers. I think every single time. I don't think there's been a single time that I've let a stranger on that they did not do anything weird. It's kind of sad, actually. It really makes you think. Society, huh? It's life. People enjoy being on here. Just having bad times. Streamer life. Do I have open lobby? No, it was people that specifically requested to join. And I was like, you know, I will allow you to join. Because I have inherent trust in people. But now I don't. Anyway, now we know. Now we know. But what if it's someone that actually... But what if it's someone that legitimately just wants to play web fishing? Right? What if those people ruined it for someone who is actually interested in playing the game? And then like... And then next time they try to join and I'm like, you know what? I will let this person join. And then they join. And then they betray my trust again. I'm like, oh god, I trusted you. I trusted you, man. Smile and optimism. It's gone. This guy is messed up, man. Anyway, what else is there even to talk about? Fishing in a well. I feel like it's been so long since I've done this. Haven't even seen a well in so long. It's been months. It's been years, perhaps. If I was a Pokemon trainer, what type would I be? I would be any, just general every type. I don't know why all the Pokemon trainers like specialize in a type. I guess except like the Ace trainers. Those guys make sense. Welcome Ultracar. Was it a random? Yes, there was one. I don't know what the other person was doing. There were two people that I did not know. However, at least one of them was drawing weird stuff. If I say every, that's actually normal. It's like most. Like all the I guess the gym leaders focus on a type because they're specifically meant to like, I don't know, they're meant to be predictable for trainers, I guess. You know? But then like you see random trainers that are out there, they just like choose one type. Doesn't make sense in the context of the universe, right? Well, what if they just like, you know, water types? I guess it's valid, right? What if people, you know, people in real life, they're just like, I just like the color red, you know, and then they wear red. Maybe that's just like constantly a thing in the Pokemon world. Oh, or maybe because they're influenced by gym leaders, they're like, It's like a fashion thing, you know? You see a celebrity do it, and you're like, oh, that's so cool, I want to do that. I want to be a grass-type trainer. Like, I think it makes sense for, like, the fishermen, though. The fishermen, you know, they're fishing. They're typically, you know, around the water, so it would make sense for them to have water types. You know, maybe, like, bug catchers? That makes sense, you know? Well, does it make sense, though? Like, they could do other stuff. Like, I know fishing is, like, a job. If you're a bug catcher, you're probably just doing that for fun. Why are they fishing so much? Do they eat the Magikarp? Probably. Yeah, what are they doing? Wait, what are they doing with the Pokemon? Do they sell them? Is there like a black market for like rare fish Pokemon? Rare water Pokemon? Pokemon trainers specialize since it makes it easy for small children to sweep. Exactly. They're always saying this. There's like some other stuff about the Pokemon world that kind of doesn't make sense. There's like the fact that like the strength of Pokemon in the wild is so different depending on where you are in the world, right? It's like, you know, you're born in Pallet Town, it's fine, the Pokemon are like weak. But then like if you're born in like, you know, one of the end game areas and you just live there, right? Isn't there like, there's like power creep? How does that work? Imagine like you're a trainer and then like, you know, you start off in some town, you live there, and then, you know, they're like, oh, you're gonna start your Pokemon adventure? Here's like your starter Pokemon. Like, is that starter Pokemon like level 100? Because they don't have the badges for it, right? Their Pokemon cannot, they will not obey them. And then like, okay, so you get your level 5 starter Pokemon. But then like the area you live, all the Pokemon are like level 50. Like, how are you supposed to make any progress? In Gold and Silver, there's a subplot about Team Rocket selling Slowpoke tails for money. Exactly. Welcome, Printer Man. The Kanto Pallet Town and Johto Pallet Town, one of them has level 2 Pokemon, the other has level 2. That is true. No, but that wasn't that like a time skip or something? Wait, was that a time skip? Actually, it's an alternate universe. I don't know. And then like gym leaders, right? Now, I think the gym leaders one could be explainable. You know, some gym leaders have like level 10 Pokemon, some gym leaders have like level 50 Pokemon. If you live near like the end game gym, you know, maybe they use weaker Pokemon based on how many badges you have, or like, you know, what kind of, I don't know, a bunch of stuff they could do. Now, I know that is not actually the case in the games. If you go to a later gym with no badges, they will be the same strength. Didn't the new Pokemon do that? Did they? Actually don't know. I have not played a mainline Pokemon game since Sun and Moon. But I mean, that would make sense in universe though. Right? You know, because you want to be equally challenging to people of different skill levels. You can do gyms in any order. The new one, you can go to any gym you want at any time. That makes sense. Because, like, you know, imagine you're starting all through Pokemon Journey. You live near, you know... Well, no, I guess in the first Pokemon game, they did have Viridian City be, like, very early on. So, like, although you see the gym, you don't have to go there as your first gym. Right, but then wouldn't that mean that trainers that live far away, they have to like travel so far just to like get a reasonable challenge? I don't know. Sun and Moon was good. It was pretty good, right? Sun and Moon was revolutionary. They removed the need for HMs to get around, right? Before Sun and Moon, every team had like an HM slave, as they called them. All it did was have HMs that you could use to move around the world. And then Sun and Moon was like, yeah, you know about that stuff? Let's just get rid of it. Never played it. It was good. I had a good time playing it. It's pretty good. Graphics were nice for a DS game. Sorry, 3DS. It was the 3DS. 3DS game. That's right. Me when I name all the things about Pokemon that don't make sense. What about that time there was a dog in Pokemon? What do you do instead of flying? Welcome Polyglitch. They just had another Pokemon that would fly for you. You would like rent a Charizard or something. It's like there's a button you can press and it's like Uber. They would have an Uber that was free. You could just fly. Sun and Moon had issues, but they were comfy. Funny writing too with the skulls. So true. Good times though. Remember when Pokemon was good, guys. Isn't Latios pretty much an airplane? Wait, was Latios one of the... I remember, wasn't it in like Heart Gold? When you fly, there's like a mysterious black shape. I guess that is the Pokemon that helps you fly. Never mind. I thought it was like some random Pokemon would show up and bring you to places. No, I guess it was just a weird looking shadow. Welcome Hexholics. Back in my days we had 151 Pokemans. So true. Also, isn't it messed up that Mewtwo is number 150? But Mew, which Mewtwo is based on, is 151? How does that work, huh? Were they just like, yeah, we forgot to give a number to this guy. Whoops, Mewtwo is actually a number before the first Mew. Welcome Emotionless Poetry Plus. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. Tag Barrel has caught one of every fish. Very nice. Congrats. Good job. What the heck, right? Why is it number 150 and 151? Oh, that's nice. UFO? Aliens? Kirby? Good times. Let's say Sonic. They thought Mew had gone extinct. Yeah, but they should have still had a number for it though, right? Why would they not have a number for Mew? What's the deal, huh? Okay, I have screenshotted. Good job. As always. Hey, what the... Minako Adachi was the main composer on Sun and Moon. The soundtrack was really good. I don't remember it, however, I'm sure it was the Dithering. No, the Dithering though. So it's like a racetrack. When a Pokemon game with Hiroyuki Sawano OST. I don't even know. Okay, I don't know who this is. Unfortunately, a person who's trying to join, strangers have ruined my trust in other strangers. So I will no longer be allowing randoms to join. I'm sorry. This is just the policy. But hopefully you can find another room that has people that trust others more than I do. Classic. It's a new era, guys. The era of not letting strangers join. Unless I know them. I guess if I know them, then they're not strangers. Yo, but what if they do the thing where they change their username to someone that I know and trust? And then they're like, oh, I know this person. I'm gonna let them in. And then they do unspeakable evils. They could be doing so much stuff. They could be hacking. They could be complaining about me talking about birds. You can look at this fish guy and go, yeah, that fish guy. I hate that fish. That's an awful fish. Oh, no one has said that. But what if they did? What if they showed up and said, you know that fish right there? Hate that guy. Hate that smile on his face. They would never. Imagine hating this guy. This guy right here. What do you think this guy's fishing? You think this guy's fishing for humans? It's right here. Oops. Fishing for friends. Look at it. He's literally fishing right now. I'm gonna fish with him. No, the camera moved. There we go. Look at this. Sounds fishy. It is. This is literally a fish. Literally fishing. Fish up. Look it up for the fish. Whoa, what is this? Radiant huge gar. Remember when gar was a thing, guys? And I don't mean Gar Guru, the VTuber. I mean like gar as an alternative to Moe. Does this even make any sense to anyone? There used to be there was like this fictional 2D character tournament called Saimoe. Saimoe. It was for people to vote on which characters they thought were the most Moe. And people not familiar with Moe, it's kind of like cuteness or whatever. Yeah, people, they cared a lot about this kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, what about instead of just Moe, we had one for guys, huh? Instead of being Moe, it's Gar. And it's like, man, that's a thing. No one says that anymore. I guess people don't tend to say Moe now either. But you know, back in the day, was a thing. Around 07, 09, I remember Gar. True. I remember. It's not very catchy, Gar. Gar, like a fish, I literally just caught the fish known as Gar. Gar. What if I just search for Gar? Family of fishes? Gar? Gar? Moe? Is that a thing? Gary Moe Auto Group? Gary Moe? Sorry, pronounce his last name as if it was Moe. It was like when K-On came. No, this was like before K-On. I'm pretty sure this was like way before K-On. Possibly. Moe's Tavern. So true. Wait, this doesn't even show up? Is this like so obscure now that it doesn't even show up? Gar, Moe, whatever. You know what? Whatever. I remember it. And that's what matters. As long as I remember it, it's real. Stream Elements has disabled your message. knowyourmeme.com/memesgar. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Gar. Gar, know your meme. Gar, part of a series on Fate Type Moon. It's an internet slang term associated with same-sex affection for overly masculine characters. Welcome, Ahmed. Sending links in chat. It's fine. No, it isn't. It's Thursday. What are you talking about? It's Wednesday. It's literally Wednesday. Gar. The term Gar is rumored to have been coined on 4chan after an anonymous user accidentally posted, "I'm Gar for Archer." Oh yeah, that's what it was. I see. I still got that image of someone edited of Haruhi and Ko being overtly muscular. I don't remember. Gar. Manime. Related term, manime. The term manime loosely refers to anime franchises that are primarily aimed at a male demographic. Manime. Search interest. Gar anime. 2000, it was like 2024. It was the peak. And then it died. And then what happened in 2007? That's a thing people say. 2007. Anyway, I remember this. My time zone is insignificant. What? But it's the only time zone that I live in. Gar Aznable. Charmander. Double O's. 2007. My time zone is the only correct one. What is your time zone? Are you British? Are you perhaps in the United Kingdom? Are you French? Perhaps European, perhaps Australian. GMT +2. +2, that is what is the country that has GMT +2? I don't know. I actually don't know. It's not Germany, right? Germany is GMT +1, right? What is to the east of Germany? There's a lot of countries. +2. Well, I was avoiding saying that. Yes, GMT 0 is UK. It's literally where Greenwich is. Greenwich Mean Time. Greenwich Mean, isn't that just Wicked, guys? Guys, remember Wicked? Greenwich Mean Time, when she's mean and she's like a green witch. Yeah, but like, what is on the right? There's a lot of places though, but it's like how far to the right? Turkey. The only green witch for me is Gruntilda. Isn't it weird that Greenwich is pronounced like that? Greenwich. Greenwich. The W is not even like there. It's not even a thing. UTC +2. It's like the same thing. Didn't they rename for Turkey? Because turkey sounds like food. Is it? I don't think they renamed it because it was food. Did they? I didn't know it's pronounced like that. Greenwich? Is it? It is. Okay, maybe one of the pronunciations is. In New York, there's a place called Greenwich Village. And it is pronounced like Greenwich, but it is pronounced Greenwich. Now, I don't know if that's just like a New York thing. Maybe, you know, Greenwich Mean Time is actually Greenwich. Greenwich. Turkey. Grinch. The Grinch stole Christmas. Wow. Greenwich. Any fans of green? Any green fans out there? What's everyone's favorite shade of green? Do you like this shade of green? Perhaps this one back here? Maybe this one right there? Or maybe this one. Teal green. Oh, Egypt. Egypt. I know that. That's a place that exists. I am aware of that country. Tom green. Which shade of green is that? Is Tom green this shade of green? Teal green. What about this shade of green? There's a lot of green in this game. Like, this one is pretty close to this one. But not really. Sap green. Emerald green. Emeralds are so bright though. What about this green? What about this one? What about that green? I guess this green is kind of like... Would that be emerald green? What kind of green would this color be? Nature is a very green. Yeah, but this is a game. How could it be nature if it's a game? I have whatever green pines have, don't know the English names of shades. I don't think there are names for these shades. Is there, like, do people know names of like every shade of color? Like, I know there is like a literal book of colors, but look at the Pantone colors. Let's look at the Pantone colors. Pantone green. Yes, look at all these greens. This is emerald green. Clover green. I feel like clover green. I would have expected clover green to be more like this. Everyone knows all the green. Dollar bill green. Crocodile green. Crocodiles do not... this is not the color I associate with crocodiles. Cactus... this is not the color I associate with cactuses either. Cacti. Cactuses. Broccoli does not have that green. Broccoli green. Are these colors messed up? Maybe it's just like the... I don't know. The way they're showing up on screen. I only know 3 colors. Which colors do you know? Anyway, I used to not understand the point of Pantone colors. I was like, how can they copyright a color, right? How does it make sense that they would name all these and then people have to like buy books of colors? Like, what's the point of this? And then I was like, okay, the reason for it is that they have physical books so that you go outside, you bring the physical printed book with you, and then they guarantee that what's printed in that book is standardized. So like, you know, when you give a color code, it might look different based on how someone's monitor is set. Or like if they print something, maybe, you know, the ink that they have doesn't represent the exact color. And then, you know, if you have a physical book made by one company and then everyone standardizes around it, then you're for sure, you know for sure, that if you said grass green and then someone had the same book, they're like, okay, it looks exactly like this then. Good for graphics and interior design. Exactly. Exactly. Didn't some guy patent the color black, so another guy patent pink? There was is like Musso black or something? Isn't this like the darkest shade of black or something? That's a thing. Look at that. Surely that's safe. Surely it's totally safe to paint your car in a color that absorbs all light. Especially at nighttime. Sounds like a great idea. Vanta black. Yeah, that was the previously darkest color, I think. And there was one guy who had the rights to it. Manish Kapoor or something? Is that his name? Welcome, Brooke. Google Planck's black body. I don't know if I want to. The pink is pink. The Planck's constant. Well, look at the cloud. It's raining. Look at all that rain over there. What about the greenest green? What if you had like the greenest green and you put it in nature and then maybe like the chameleons, they start adapting. They start, you know, they change their shade of green to be really, really, really bright green. I think that's possible. Is that even possible? How about, what if birds were green? Are there any like green birds? Surely, surely there are. Now there's probably a lot. Yeah, ducks have green. You know, I don't know why I was asking that. There's a lot of birds with green on them. But like pure green, just like regular, you know, let's look it up. Green birds. Oh yeah, right. Parrot. No, but they have other colors. I want like just a regular, just, okay, this one. Alright, you know, parrots. Okay, these guys. Green colored animals. Oh, this guy. What happened if you put chameleon on the blackest black? It would probably be so confused. And those are just pictures of nature. Green birds. Yo, what if birds were... What the heck is this bird? You've seen this bird? What is... This bird is so bright. That is such a bright green. That looks so fake. This bird is pretty bright. Green honey creeper. Oh, just like Minecraft? Creeper? Green broadbill? Let's look it up. Green broadbill. Oh, here we go. Talking about birds again. This freaking Wolfie guy. Look, they're so bright. What is this? Wow. What the heck? What's up with this bird? It looks so different. It's got like a Giga Chad chin compared to the other ones. Emo bird. Birds are always yelling. Is that hamster? I don't think so. Green cat bird. It's not a cat. It's a bird. Australia. Of course, Australia. Cat bird. I don't even know. Jergar? Yo, Gar? Talk about Gar again. Double-eyed fig parrot. That's a nice bird. Pacific parrotlet. A lot of birds out there. A lot of green birds. This one's not green. It's barely even green. Ooh, green birds in Florida. The monk parakeet. Painted bunting. Red lord parrot. Red-eyed vireo. Wow. Nature sure does have a lot of variety. Am I right, guys? This is when you go, so true, Wolfie. Nature does have variety. He was so right for this. He did in fact say a statement that is true. And now he is fishing. Now he is out here catching fish in this web fishing video game. Everyone knows this game. Some might even try to join the lobby of this webbed fishing. But they will be they'll be denied. Okay, I don't know them. Yeah, parrot. What if parrots were in web fishing? If they added a parrot to the game, and then when you say things, when you meow at the parrot, it will meow back at you. Wouldn't that be cool? If they had other birds besides just like crows and, you know, the wind that I sometimes mistake for birds. Those things right there, I keep thinking those things are birds. It's actually, I believe it is supposed to be wind. But it looks very similar to birds. Yep. Game. You're trying to do the exploit where you stack things. It's easier if you drink the soda that makes you small. That is the meta. You gotta drink 2 or 3 of them. And then it becomes very easy to do. That's how I used to do it. No, oh, he fell off. L plus ratio plus fell off. For real, for real. Oh, radiant shrimp. What do you all think about shrimp? Do you think it's annoying to eat shrimp sometimes? It does feel like a lot of effort to prepare shrimp. Is that a witch? The green witch? Yo, that's the green witch I talked about. If there was a soda that made you small, would you drink it? I don't think I would. I don't really have a reason to become small. I like fiddly food. I love shrimp. But do you like preparing shrimp though? Do you like, if you have to like remove the shell from this shrimp? Popcorn shrimp is annoying. It's like when people prepare shrimp, but then like they leave the tail They leave like the shell on the tail. Oh, man. Now I gotta like put effort and just eat the tail. Sometimes you can do that. Not always though. I love shrimp so long as it's the main part of the dish. I can prepare it easily myself. What is your favorite shrimp-related dish? Anyone have shrimp chips? Shrimp chips? Are you fans of shrimp? Shrimp chips? These ones? Calbee shrimp chip. It's a classic. Strong shrimp flavor. This one's a classic one. I've had these. This is another variety. What are my favorite games? Picross. Why can I only think of Picross? Surely there are other games I enjoy. Balatro, that's a good one. Balatro. A Short Hike, that's a good game. Never even heard of shrimp chips. Well, if you are in an Asian supermarket, they are pretty common. But I will assume you have not seen them. $40 for a bag of shrimp chips sounds like a great deal. Like, how big is this bag of chips, huh? 2-piece shrimp chip. It is actually 2 of them. It seems kind of expensive to me. Japanese shrimp chips. Shrimp cracker. Spicy flavor. Shrimp flavored chips. Not even shrimp chips, but shrimp flavored. Oh, yeah, only 2 chips. $20 for a chip. We just got a new Asian market here. Maybe I'll try it. They're fine. I would not say that you should go out of your way to get them. But you know, if you're interested in something that you have not had, perhaps that is one thing you can get. In the Viet restaurant I grew up in, the circular prawn crackers were part of an entire dish, which I really love. What is the name of that dish? Also, I should end the stream. It is about that time. I hope you all had a good time today. Let us take a photo here. I think every once in a while I can find shrimp chips in the Asian section of regular grocery stores. Trader Joe's, I would not be surprised if they had some kind of shrimp chip. Actually, I don't know. Would I be surprised? Maybe. I might be surprised. Just arrived. I'm sorry. This is usually when I end my stream. You could be around next time though. Next week on Webfishing Wednesday. Let's see. I don't think I prepared shrimp from raw, but it can't be worse than preparing mussels. Seafood is in fact quite annoying to prepare. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this again. There's a bird in the photo, exactly. The bird. Okay. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the lobby. I will now close the game. What the? Whoa, I'm on the roof. Hold on. Can you do that again? Do that again. Punch me onto the roof. No, it's too far. Well, anyway, I'm closing the lobby. See you. Good. Remember this. Remember when I talked about this? Remember when my trust in strangers was betrayed. The roof can be next week's fishing spot. Can it be? Alright, what day is it today? Let's find out. International ASMR Day. Jenkins Ear Day. Chicken Little Awareness Day. Chinese Almond Cookie Day. Gin and Tonic Day, Mature Women's Day, Name Yourself Day, Unicorn Day, Vimy Ridge Day, Edinburgh Science Festival. You know it's pronounced like bruh. Edinburgh. Let's do which one of these days? Vimy Vine Sauce, what? Vimy Ridge. I don't know. Chicken Little Awareness. Let's do Gin and Tonic Day. Let's do National Gin and Tonic Day, right? Sure, why not? National Gin and Tonic Day raid. And then you could post maybe like the drinking emote and then like some alcohol. I don't know. I don't even drink. I don't even consume alcoholic beverages. Welcome, Denchi. Alright, who do I raid today? A bunch of people streaming. I will send you... What about this person? This person's never online. Let's raid Kurura. / raid. Unless they have follower only chat enabled. They don't. Okay, that's good. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on Friday. I will be doing some more Godot game development. You can look forward to that if you want. Or not. You could also not look forward to it. You could just be like, I'm not watching that. I'm not even going to be around. I'll be around though. And then we have Saturday. We got Variety Gaming. Everyone knows Variety's game. Look forward to it. Look sideways at it. Look upside down at it. Or you could turn around and not look at it. You could like turn around and then like walk backwards, not look at it. Variety the game based on the movie. It is based. Thank you for mentioning it is in fact based. Thank you, stream. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for drawing on the dirt or whatever that's called. The soil, the dirt, the drawing area, whatever it's called. Anyway, the raid's going. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. Goodbye.